make an opening statement? Or some questions to
Jimbo said you came out of the film really good.
Came out of
health-wise, you came out better than you expected.
Definitely. You know, surprising when I woke up the next morning, my shoulder didn't hurt, so you know, I felt a lot better. You know, it was just a little bit of soreness from not playing in 3 weeks and things like that, so I felt good.
You got hit on it a couple times though, right? Didn't you?
Yeah, I fell on it, I want to say 3 or 4 times, and just trying to kind of angle myself just to fall on my back, and felt fine, just hop right up. And it might have been adrenaline, it might have just been the want to continue to play, so, you know, I felt good.
So now that you feel better and you know you can play a game, do you think, you know, you run more, that might be more of an option this week?
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure, you know, as far as what Coach Fisher wants to do with our offense, but I'm sure, you know, as far as me taking off, that won't be a problem.
EJ, I guess the players decided to get off Twitter, or was it
I think it was kind of both. You know, Coach Fisher's always warned us about, you know, the social networks and things like that, because a lot of it is just, you know, a lot of people having a chance to, you know, voice their opinions to us, directly to us. And, you know, obviously right now it's kind of negative, you know, so it's tough. But, you know, I think the guys that are smart and understand, you know, it's not good for us. Like, I haven't been on Twitter since, I want to say, maybe a week and a half ago. But it's just, it's not necessary. You know, I don't really feel like reading what people have to say about this team, about myself, so just got to continue to focus and get better.
You need a distraction as much, or just?
Yeah, it could be a distraction. I mean, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. I think, you know, any type of social network, you know, works both ways. It could be good and it could be bad.
You didn't say directly, but you sort of hinted last week that some followers were saying some pretty nasty things. I mean, did that catch you off guard? I mean, did you assume that that's going to be the case?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're not playing well and you're not winning games, you know, that's the main key, is to win games. You know, that's what everybody wants us to do as a team, and we want to do it as well. You know, it just hasn't turned our way. So, you know, yeah, you're going to get negative stuff.
How did this come about? Did you guys have a meeting, and you just kind of worked together and said, okay, let's do this?
Yeah, I think, you know, just it was a joint effort. You know, everybody understanding that we need to focus in and not be up at night worried about Twitter, and not be up at night worrying about Facebook and stuff like that. Focusing on what we have to do. And, you know, Twitter and Facebook is just extra stuff that we don't really need right now.
Hold on one second.
If you're on the conference call, we can hear your radio in the background. I'll give it 10 more seconds, then I'm hanging it up.
Is it a good station?
No. EJ, you hadn't had a lot of game history with Rashad, but it seemed like real quick Saturday you guys really picked up with.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about him, and obviously he looked like he was becoming your go-to guy there.
Right, yeah. Rashad was in the position, you know, a lot of the routes that we were running and the play concepts, you know, it was geared to, you know, give him a chance to catch the ball. And he got open for us. You know, he made a great catch, you know, on the touchdown at the end of the first half. So that was a huge boost for us going into halftime. But Rashad, like I've always said, he's the money guy. He's great for us, and, you know, he's going to continue to do well.
That pass you threw to him, was that when you were able to say, coming back, you know, okay, I'm feeling fine, I can throw the ball really well still?
Yeah, well, I knew even during the week I could still throw the ball fine, so, you know, it wasn't really a worry of mine. I think the biggest thing was just falling on it, and, you know, I fell on it 4 or 5 times, and I was fine, so, you know, the shoulder problem won't be a problem anymore.
When did you find out Saturday you were not starting?
It was kind of actually during the week that Coach Fisher had let me know that he was, you know, trying to buy me another week of rest from my shoulder, and kind of used me as like an emergency. You know, if the game kind of, you know, just wasn't going our way, maybe I could step in and, you know, help make some plays on offense.
Now, Clint said that you were very supportive of him when he had to play.
Right.
Was the opposite true as well? What was he like when he got pulled and you had to go back?
Yeah, you know, as soon as you know, I started warming up, he, you know, came and patted me on the back and, you know, told me to go out there and try to win this game. You know, we're a team, and I think that's the, you know, the biggest thing for us right now is to remain a team. You know, not to have divides and not to, you know, guys feeling like, you know, pointing fingers and things like that. The main thing is, you know, still have a team effort and a joint effort to win games.
What have the guys been like? I mean, it had to be emotional. Nobody expected to lose.
Definitely. A lot of guys were very upset, still are upset, but I think we addressed a lot of that last night. You know, we had some guys talk. You know, everybody pretty much voiced their opinion. We had a meeting and things like that, so everybody voiced their opinion. You know, we got a lot out there, and we're going to try to fix some things.
You feel good about where guys are at?
Definitely. I think, you know, in the long run, this will be one of those adverse things that, you know, will kind of bring some good out of it. You know, I think that's the biggest thing is, you know, try to take every adverse thing that happens in your life and make it a positive. You know, a lot of people grow up, and then it's not how they want it to be. It's not a fairy tale, you know, beginning, but at the end, they continue to make, you know, make some success of themselves.
Was that a team player?
Yep.
kind of speaking of being a team, I know we asked you a little bit about Chris after the game, but now that you guys have maybe seen him, and have you guys seen him personally?
I haven't seen him yet, but I was talking to Chris, the trainer, and he said he was, walking around fine, and I think he went home to get some more rest. But I definitely texted him and gave him a call. I let him know that we're praying for him, and we want him back. Obviously, if he can't get back, we're still gonna try to go out here and make some wins for him. But anytime you have a serious injury like that, you want to take your time. And he has all the time in the world for us.
Jay, how much responsibility do you feel for taking a real strong leadership role now going forward under the circumstances? I mean, obviously your goals for this season have changed.
Right.
How do you handle that yourself in terms of what you think you need to do?
Right. I think it's nothing, out of the ordinary. I think it's the basics, continuing to, working our techniques, working on mechanics, things like that, because that's really what's going to get you games, and that's really what's going to get you wins. Definitely you don't want to have turnovers and things like that, which kind of hurt you, when you have a chance to, bring the score into like a one-possession type game and things like that, then you have a turnover, that's going to kill any team, So the main thing is just continue to be a leader, not hang my head, not, feel down, because there's no time to, put my head down in the hole and, bury myself. We still got to go out here, stand strong, and win football games. That's the main thing. So me being the leader, that's exactly what I'm going to do, help our team.
Can you talk about playing Duke and maybe almost like a non-conference game because it's a team you haven't seen since you've been
Yeah, I've never played Duke since I was in college and never played against them. So I'm looking forward to the challenge, going up to North Carolina again. It's going to be a great game. I know those guys are going to be confident, feeling like we've lost 3 games in a row and things like that. So, if I were them, I would feel the same way. But I think, this is going to be a change for us. Definitely go out here and get this win and get some momentum going.
Wasn't that your first scholarship offer?
Yeah, it was. Yep. Yes, sir. When I was in 10th grade, I think.
You ever been to Cameron Indoor?
Yeah, I did. I took a visit, unofficial visit, and one of the things was to go to a basketball game, and I saw them play. I can't remember who they played, but it was crazy. It was actually not as big as I thought it was going to be.
Oh,
it's small. It's small, but I mean, it's still a great basketball atmosphere.
How comfortable are you in the shotgun and the no huddle, which you guys did a lot in the second half?
Yeah, extremely comfortable. I think it's actually easier. You kind of just get to continue to have tempo and get into a rhythm. The defense can't really get into a whole bunch of different types of sets and things like that. So you kind of catch them off guard with what you want to do. So I like to know it.
And moving forward, obviously, it seems like your strength is at quarterback and your skill positions on offense. Not to give away game plans, but moving forward, does that seem like something you'd like to be doing?
What's that?
The shotgun, going to the shotgun more consistently, more prominently.
Not really. I don't really think it matters. I think if you under center, you can have a lot more play action and things like that. So hopefully we can get some running game started and get that atmosphere and get that aspect of our game going. But truthfully, it doesn't matter to me whether I'm dropping back from under center or whether I'm in shotgun. It truthfully doesn't matter to me. I can see over the line regardless, so it doesn't matter.
Do you go back and watch like the whole game, or do you watch part? Like, how does that work? Like,
yeah, I go back and watch the whole game, and just try to assess everything. Even when I wasn't playing, still, go back and just see the body language of our team, and that's the main thing. You always want to address that. The body language, it means a lot. Just out there watching. When I wasn't playing, I could kind of see just guys, not necessarily giving up, but just the body language wasn't there like we needed it to be.
When there are plays where somebody doesn't, in a different position, doesn't do, inexplicably makes a mistake, what do you guys, a lot of things went wrong in that game that aren't characteristic.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, making up for that teammate. If it's a penalty, obviously you can't make up for it. You got to just, assess it and just continue to move on, just keep working. But, if somebody does something wrong, try to be that teammate and come in and make up a play for him. I think that's where the team aspect comes from, just making up for each other and not, pointing fingers and blaming somebody.
Did you say anything to Bobby Hart on the sideline or in the huddle? The guy's getting his first start. He's 17 on the road. That's obviously a tough
Yeah, I talked to Bobby, I want to say on the flight and when we got into the hotel. And I told Bobby, he's a very smart kid. He's ready for this opportunity. And I thought he played well. He still made some mistakes, but I made mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. So, it doesn't matter whether you're a senior, a junior, or a freshman. It doesn't matter. But I think Bobby's going to be a great player here at Florida State, and I think he's going to continue to get better and do well for us.
That one possession where you guys were down in the red zone, and it seemed like probably could have 3 touchdowns, 3 consecutive plays.
Right.
Is that was just kind of representative of the whole day.
Right. Yeah, that was definitely annoying, but we definitely want to. That's the type of stuff that you have to punch in. Especially when you get in the red area, you always want to get a touchdown. But if not, you get 3 points, it's still something. But you definitely had 3 plays that we definitely could have scored.
The tight end didn't get too involved other than I think the 2-point conversion attempt to O'Leary there at the end. What was going on with that? They just weren't getting open, or were you just?
I don't necessarily think it was that he wasn't getting open. I think just the plays that Coach Fisher was calling, wasn't necessarily geared, to get him the ball. So we'll definitely try to get those guys involved a lot more this week, and then obviously further on in the season.
There's a lot more of that EJ have to do with. Obviously Greene gets open
Right.
a lot.
Right.
And how about Christian? What's Christian Greene now? Tell me what he's bringing to the passing game.
Yeah, I think he's an explosive runner with the ball. Somebody that can obviously get open just like all of our receivers. But I think he brings that explosiveness, kind of like a lot like Rashad. I don't think you guys have been able to see that, but what I see from him in practice is a very explosive receiver. He's very strong, and he's understanding the concepts a lot better, on offense. So I think he'll play a huge role for us.
And an old high school quarterback, can he be used in some of the same things that Bert's been used for in past in terms of reverses or throwing off?
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure he could if we want to do some wildcat and throw the ball. Maybe I can get a touchdown pass. But we'll see how that goes. So he can definitely still throw the football and do different things on offense.
If Daco has played his last game for Florida State, what's that mean for the offensive line? What's that just mean from a leadership perspective?
Yeah, hopefully that's not the case. Dak is a very tough guy, so I'm sure he'll try to get back out there to play for us and play with us. But I think it'll be one of those things that he'll kind of have to handle for himself. We'll definitely miss him, miss his leadership. On the O-line, he's very smart. He's been here for 4 years, and one of the guys I actually looked up to. Because he played when I was a freshman. He was out there doing his thing. So I hope he continues to play for us. We need him back.
You mentioned the players talking amongst each other. How have the coaches been with you guys in terms of, have they been more frustrated or more trying to encourage? Or
Right.
What have they
I don't really think they've been frustrated. I think obviously they are, because we're frustrated as well. But I think they're more so trying to understand or try to figure out what we need to fix. I don't think they're panicking or things like that. Obviously, we lost 3 games in a row, which is extremely uncharacteristic. And we never would have thought, back in August that this would happen to us, but it has happened. You got to fix it, and that's what they're most focused on. And we're understanding the same thing. Everybody's on the same page.
EJ, when you're down the goal line and when Jermaine got caught for the safety, he's 185, 188 pounds. You got 2 guys sitting over there, 225, 228. When that type of play is called, do you have any question at all between the time that you've got to get it off, or if you're going to punch it for a yard or two,
Right.
wouldn't you rather hand it to or in your case, you're 245, and I know they were trying to protect you.
Right. Not really. Truthfully, I never questioned Coach Fisher's play calling. I think Jermaine, he knew as soon as he made that cut, not going north-south and going east and west, he knew automatically that he was wrong. And that's, Jermaine, that's uncharacteristic. He's a playmaker, though. If it had been different, he might have got away from the guy and scored a 99-yard touchdown, so it could have been extremely different. But obviously, they got the safety. Just one of those things you got to fix. And I think we got to handle situations a lot better, especially in that game. I don't think we played and handled situations as well as we should have.
When you mentioned the body language and things, did you sense that at all coming into that game, or is it just kind of as the game went on?
Not so much coming into it. I think as the game went on, I felt like guys were kind of dragging. I think, when Wake Forest came out responding and scored, touchdowns and things like that, that's always huge for us to come out and respond. You always want to respond to any type of, great play that they make. So I think that was the main thing, just get guys fired up.
One more question. All right.